Now many MMA news reporters are posting an incorrect quote from Leon Edwards regarding him fighting at UFC 300. The quote is circling the MMA world, having people believe he said he's on UFC 300. But when I cleaned up the audio from the footage, it seems the truth is a little bit different. Enjoy the clip.
And what's next for 2024? What's the plan?
I'll film about in April, and UFC 300 in Vegas again. And then hopefully in summertime get a show back in America and get a fight with I'm in talks to the UFC. Hopefully get it worked up and get it done.
On the Weigh In podcast, Big John reveals he does not want to see the Jones vs Stipe fight anymore and believes it should be Jones vs Aspinall in its place. Here in this clip, he doesn't hold anything back on the reason why.
I'm going for it. My main event is the greatest fighter that's ever been in an MMA cage. The guy who actually is got the greatest skill set. It is Jon Jones against Tom Aspinall. I love Stipe.
Yeah.
Get rid of that fight. You know, look, Stipe is older. You want to put the real fight together for the two best heavyweights there are right now in the UFC. It is Jon Jones against Tom Aspinall. That's the fight that should happen. That should be your main event.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tom Aspinall needs one more fight. No.
Maybe he does.
If you guys didn't catch the sarcasm, I'm being a smart ass. Look, as much as it pains me to say it, I'd have to agree, man. Stipe he's 41, I think. You know, I mean, by the time they probably fight, he'll be 40.
Stop with that one.
Yeah,
Done.
I want to see it, but I don't want to see that version of it.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Honestly, at this point, I don't even care. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And I love Stipe. This is nothing. I'm not trying to put in any way, Stipe down or say I don't care. It's just it's time, and you can't sit there and tell me. Do me a favor, Dave. Pull up Stipe's record real quick. You can't sit there and tell me. Take a look at the amount of time that has been between his last fight against Francis Ngannou, because that was his last fight. Okay, and we were complaining about how long Francis hadn't fought, and Francis fought freaking Ciryl Gane in between. We're talking 2021. It's 2024 before this fight can ever take place. It's over.
Yeah.
Stop.
Would you say that? Would you be okay with Stipe just jumping in right now and fighting Tom Aspinall?
No, I think Tom Aspinall just obliterates him. It's speed.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
Again,
I get the one last money grab.
I do not like to see my heroes get destroyed.
Well, John, he'd still be 41. In the heavyweight division, we've seen guys fight into their 40s.
Yes, we have. We have seen guys fight at that, but we're talking 41 comparatively. How is he going to win this fight against this person? Tom Aspinall in a fight with, Stipe. Come on, what do you know is going to happen? Who's faster? There's
I get
no
it,
doubt.
but I want to see Stipe get a money grab. If he can win the interim title, then you never know.
Okay,
But,
all right.
Now a fight that is on 300 is undefeated middleweight prospect in Bo Nickal, who will face a more experienced fighter in Cody Brundage, who in his last 7 fights has 3 knockouts and 2 submission wins. Cody reveals his thoughts before the highest profile fight of his entire career.
I feel like it's once you get into that first real fight, it's different. You got to figure some things out about yourself. Like Bo doesn't really even know the fighter he is right now. He's a hammer and he's really good. He's talented. I take nothing away from the kid. I think he's a good fighter and he's done exactly what he should do to the people that he's fought. But I feel like I'm far and away the toughest test of his career. I come from a wrestling background. Obviously, I'm not a 3-time Division I national champion, but I come from a wrestling background. I've been through the college grind of wrestling, and I have had success at the highest level. And I just feel like he's never even been cracked really. So he doesn't really. You don't know who you are as a fighter. You don't even know how you'll respond because it's never happened. And it's my job to put him there, and then we'll see how he responds. And I was able to do it with this last kid. I think I'll be able to do it with Bo. I fought some really talented, scary dudes, dangerous dudes, and nobody's really run me over yet. And I don't think Bo's gonna be the first one to do it. So Bo Nickal, everyone wants to fight him right now for sure. Like in the division, I feel like that's nothing new for him. Like him in wrestling, like he had a target on his back his whole career. Honestly, probably should have been a 4-time national champ. And so when you come up in that, you know what it's like for everybody to kind of take what you want to take what you have. And so I feel like he's kind of a grown accustomed to that. But for me, when I look at the fight, you know, you're talking about a guy with championship level clout around his name. You know, he's got the clout of a UFC champion without the skills, right? Like his wrestling is obviously next level. His wrestling is championship level, but I wouldn't say his jiu-jitsu is championship level. I wouldn't say his striking is championship level. We don't know if his chin is championship level. We don't know if his cardio is. We don't know. There's a lot of unanswers, right? So for me, when they call me and offer me that fight, you know, I'm like, well, you're talking about a championship level fight in terms of attention and clout with a guy who doesn't have those skills necessarily. And then you're also, to me, is like, I know the guy will work hard. He's a 3-time national champion wrestling. Do I want to fight him now, or do I want to fight him 5 years from now when he has 5 years to figure out those things and to get that chin and to be through the fire a little bit? Like, no, I want to fight him now and be the guy to be the first one to do that to him, because I feel like all those things are advantages for me. I come from one of the best gyms in the world. We do a really good job of planning and preparing, but to try to bridge that gap in 4 months is just not doable, right? So like, because people have said that to me, like coming up, like, oh, I'll just stop your wrestling. Well, it's not that easy, right? Like I've done it my whole life. And I think it's just figuring out like, how can I make it more difficult? How can I make things harder on him? So then it pays dividends for me later in the fight, right? So really it's just kind of focusing on me and how do I make this a difficult fight for Bo Nickal? In terms of like, do I think I'm going to stop every takedown he goes to get? No, I don't. I feel like that's unrealistic. So how do I make those takedowns difficult to get so that he's using more energy? And then when I'm on my feet, how do I take advantage of making him use that energy, right? I feel like everyone he's fought is like, well, I'll just stop his wrestling. And I feel like you're just setting yourself up for failure when that's your mentality. So no, that's not my mentality to stop the wrestling. Obviously, I want to stop some of it. I don't want him to get every takedown he shoots. And if he does, I want it to be really hard. And I want to land in positions that make it easy for me to get to my feet. But I'm not trying to bridge that gap in 4 months. I feel like it's wasted time to do that. It's just trying to give myself more tools and more skills to kind of counteract that when it happens.
And Paige OnlyFans VanZant reveals her tits, her intentions for her next fight.
Oh, it's definitely bare knuckle still. And I don't know if it's down the road 6 months. I don't know if it's down the road a year. I really I haven't decided yet. I'm going to leave a lot of that up to my managers and my coaches and just work on this time to get better and enjoy the training and not worry, I guess, about signing a fight contract right away. But it's definitely bare knuckle. I loved bare knuckle boxing. I've now gone 10 rounds in bare knuckle boxing, but I'm searching for that victory. I'm searching for a lot of things in bare knuckle boxing still that I feel like I haven't accomplished. And it'll definitely be with BKFC. Again, amazing organization. I love Dave Feldman. I would love to work behind the scenes with them a little more, even doing some of their, commentary work, maybe be more involved with the show. I love the way they treat everybody. So I could definitely see myself being more integrated and in their company at some point, but it's BKFC.
And as a treat for you, stay until the end. Enjoy this comparison between a light heavyweight fighter and a heavyweight fighter. Cheers for watching. See you in the next one.